Tim McRae, Meat Livestock Australia. Our latest mid-year update really does highlight the impact of a very dry drought conditions through Queensland on the Australian cattle herd. Previous forecasts were looking at the herd to reaching 30 million head. It looks like it's peaked at 29 million head, and we see another decline next year with the poor breeding conditions coming through. The northern aspect of the forecasts are very strong, just given how poor the drought's been, but also the big numbers that have come through the yard in the last 12 months. We've seen the record slaughter numbers, record exports in the last few months, and that's all underpinned by these drought conditioned cattle coming through the market. So on the supply side of things, we see numbers continuing to come until we see good spring conditions in the south, but unfortunately for the north, the dry conditions are going to continue to underpin steady supply coming through until we start to see the wet season hit. For the south, which is looking good with a lot of rain through winter and a good rainfall forecast for spring, we expect to see numbers tighten considerably when the spring does kick and pasture growth continues. So on the supply side overall, the herd has peaked. Numbers have been very high and expected to decline slightly in the next 12 months. But the good picture is that there are markets out there globally that continue to want Australian beef. In June and July we had record volumes shipped, and again it's China's the big market there that's come along, taking 15,000 tonnes of beef, and we expect them to take over 115,000 this year, and that's up from 30,000 last year. To our major big three markets of Japan, Korea and the US, the going remains tough, particularly to Japan and Korea with competition from the US and market access issues to both markets. But the big positive on the demand side is this lower Australian dollar, which at the time of writing was at 90 cents, and that's really a bit of a game changer for the demand overall to all markets. So hopefully we start to see some impact of that flowing through the market and right through the supply chain over the next